So in today's video, we're going to be looking at a load of stainless products from Summit Tackle. Don't worry, it's not just a single bank stick. That would be a really boring video. We've got a few different bank sticks. We've got buzz bars, little handy tools, all sorts of bits and pieces. And as you guys know, I am quite a fan of Summit bankware. A few months ago, I've done the video on the 𝘃𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗲, which I have pretty much been using ever since. So yeah, when they sent through another load of bankware, I was very excited to get this. So let's start off with the bank stick because I want to get the rods out basically, so I'm going to get a couple of bank sticks in. But just something to mention on these ones, these are the 𝘃𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗲 bank sticks from Summit Tackle. So I'm guessing 𝘃𝗵𝗶 probably stands for drill bit because you've got an elongated point which is kind of carved out to create the effect of a drill bit, 𝘃𝗵𝗶. So it's actually fairly sharp as well. I wouldn't want to kind of grab it and run my hands through it, which is a good thing because obviously you want it to cut into the ground. So the idea of these the idea is to get through pretty much any terrain. So if you're fishing on gravel pits, then obviously the banks are generally that bit tougher than they are on a nice manicured data kit. So yeah, the idea of these is to get through anything, and it's nice and easy. It works just like a drill bit. Pretty much just twist it into the ground and then there you go, it's all sorted. Now this swim is actually quite nice and easy to get the bank sticks into, so I could probably get away with a normal one in this instance, but like I say, just for demonstration purposes, I've got a few different types. So the other thing that you can do with these if you are fishing really tough sort of swims is you can get the addition of this little T-bar. Now you can see there's a little spirit bubble on top, so that aids you to get everything nice and level, and these are easy to use. It's going to be a case of taking the inner section of the bank stick out, just like that, and then swapping it over for the T-bar. So once you've got that in place, screw it in, and then it's simply a case of twisting, and it just gives you that little bit more kind of leverage to get into the ground. Obviously, like I say, in this swim, it's not really needed too much because it's fairly soft, but even so, it's still handy because you can line up the spirit bubble so you know that your rods are going to be level. Take that back out, and then you can slide back in the insert of the bank stick. Now just quickly, whilst I've got these apart, it's worth mentioning that these are actually grooved as well, so as soon as you've got your bank stick in place, then slide it in, screw it down to whatever height you want it, and there's going to be no movement of that because the screw goes against the flat section of the insert, so there's going to be no twist whatsoever. So once you've got your buzz bars all screwed in how you want them, like I say, they are going to stay in that position. There's no screw loosening, even if I loosen it a little bit. So obviously you can adjust the height. There's not much movement at all, so you can't just spin it around. So your buzz bars are always going to be where you want them to be. Like I say, once you've screwed that down, and that's it, that's not going anywhere. But let's get the rods out, get a little bit set up, and then we'll go through some of the other pieces and show you a few more close-ups of these bits and pieces as well. So the rods are out, and I think you probably agree it's a very, very nice looking setup at the moment. If I'm completely honest, I'm not a huge fan of stainless. Not just this stainless, but stainless in general. I think at times it can look a little bit blingy, but I must admit it does look very nice at the moment. And I think with all the autumnal leaves around, it really does look good. So yeah, I mean, I am a big fan of Summit products. I have been for a long time, and like I say, I've been using that 𝘃𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗲 since I've had it. And now that I've got all of these, I think I might be switching over to bank sticks for a while. I do really like them, even though they are stainless. But yeah, what I'm going to do on this bit is we're going to talk through the whole setup, show you each of the individual parts, what they cost, and some of the spec about each of them. So first things first, we're talking about the 𝘃𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗲 bank sticks. Obviously we've done that already. You've got the drill bit down one end, which is about 2.5 inches, and that obviously makes it a lot easier to get into place. You've got the kind of grooved out insert, so that completely eliminates any twist whatsoever. Once you've screwed down that little thumb screw, there's no chance of your buzz bars twisting unless you're actually twisting the bank stick itself. So yeah, really nice little bits that not everyone thinks of. I think little bits like that are what stand Summit, I don't want to say above the rest because there's a lot of good stainless manufacturers out there, but in line with the best. So if not marginally above, but we're not going to go into that. So yeah, that is the 𝘃𝗵𝗱𝗀𝗃 Banksticks. You can get them in 9 inches all the way up to 30, and they start at £26.50. Now each size as you go up are a little bit more money, but that is the 𝘃𝗵𝗱𝗀𝗃 Banksticks. If we move on to the standard Banksticks that I've got here, again, these feature all the same features as the 𝘃𝗵𝗱 ones, apart from the actual 𝘃𝗵𝗱, because otherwise there'd be no different whatsoever. But if you're looking for a more traditional standard looking Bankstick, then this is going to be the one to go for. You've still got the nice thumb screw with the kind of etched in 𝘁𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗃 logo, and that still has the drilled or the grooved insert. So again, you've got no twist. I don't know why I'm holding both, they're both identical. So yeah, when you slot that back in place, tighten it up, there's no movement whatsoever, and even if you loosen it a little bit, you've got very slight play, but you can't turn it. So exactly the same concept as the 𝘃𝗵𝗱 ones, and I believe that's a bit of a staple on all of the 𝘁𝗵𝗃 ranges. So it just, like I said earlier, it eliminates any twist whatsoever. Now these are marginally cheaper, and they start at £25. Again, in the same as the 𝘃𝗵𝗱s, you can get them from 9 inches all the way up to 30 inches. And like I said, with the 𝘃𝗵𝗱 ones, they do go up in price gradually as the size gets bigger and bigger, because at the end of the day, you're using more stainless steel. So that is the Banksticks. There are other ones within the stainless range. These are the thumb lock ones, but you can also get twist lock as well, which look obviously a bit different because you don't have the thumb screw on it. So if you're looking for something a little bit neater, then the twist lock ones could be the way to go. If you want something neater again, then 𝘁𝗵𝗃 actually do fixed Banksticks, so no adjustment on them whatsoever. So if you know that you need a certain size, then that could be the way to go, because they are actually a little bit cheaper as well. But the full prices will be on the 𝘁𝗵𝗃 website, because like I say, there's so many variations when it comes to different sizes and the actual different product as well. So I'm just going to go through the prices of the products that I've actually got here with me. So that is the 2 Banksticks I've got. You've then got the 𝘃𝗵𝗱𝗃 drive tool, and obviously I talked about the benefits earlier, where you can really kind of drive it into the ground. It gives you that bit more leverage on it. You've got the little spirit bubble on top, like I said, so you can get everything nice and level, which I think I've done all right here. I think that does look fairly level. And these come in at £16.99, so a fairly reasonable price if you're wanting to make sure things are level every time. And obviously the main benefit, if you want to actually get your Banksticks into the ground. So that is the T-bar. We've then got the buzz bars, and as you can see, I've got the 3-rod set here, and this is actually the 3-rod mini set. So you'll see my reels are fairly tight together. I wouldn't want them any tighter, put it that way, but it does fit 3 big pit reels as long as you're a bit careful with your handle. And the mini set gives a 7-inch rear bar and an 8-inch front. Get a few liners. So it is very, very tight, ideally suited to having reels with folded handles. Obviously then you don't have to worry about positioning them too much, but you can make certain reels fit. I've got the 𝘃𝗍𝗍s on at the moment, which are fairly big reels, and they fit. If you want something a little bit wider, then you get the normal set, which are 11-inch rear and 12-inch front, so you're going to have no issues with any reels fitting on that setup. The mini set that I've got here is £41.99, and that's sold as a pair. And then if you want the slightly larger set, or the standard set, then they're £42.99, again sold as a pair. So again, I think pretty good value for a pair of buzz bars. There's a lot of high-end stainless companies out there that do charge quite a bit more than that. So yeah, really, really good value when you look at the competitors. Moving on from that, we've got the 𝘃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃 Bobbins. You might have seen these previously actually, because I believe Ian done a full video on these 𝘃𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 Bobbins. You can buy them either as just a head, so if you've already got chains or swingers that you like and you like how they work, then you can get just the head, or you can get them as a full kit like I've got them here, where you get obviously the head, the chain, the hockey stick, the whole lot, whole bobbin kit, and get them for £29.99 each. So moving on from that, I mean, that's kind of that setup covered. So yeah, you've got front and rear bars, you've got the 𝘃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃 Banksticks, and you've got the 𝘃𝗶𝗱𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 Bobbins. So the little extras that I've got over this side, first up, you've got the buzz bar bag. So it's a nice padded pouch. On the front here, you've got a Velcro flap where you can hold 1, 2, 3, 4 Banksticks in there, and obviously this will take a whole whole load of different sizes. So let's shut that. You've got obviously a nice carry handle on it, and like I say, it's a nice zipped padded pouch. So you've got a little divider here. You'd have one buzz bar, you've got your divider, second buzz bar on this side, and then you've actually got a little zip pouch on the inside as well, which is very narrow, but it does allow for keeping a few extras in here, which I will get out now and then show you exactly what these are. Just going to zip that back up. But the buzz bar pouch comes in at $29.99. And then we've got these little stage stands. Now these are really neat. They're pretty weighty, but I don't see that as a bad thing, because I do think that that's a sign of quality. So you've got the little Summit logo just on one side here, and these basically come in a set. So you've got a shorter one, which is going to be front one, and then a longer one, which will be your back one. Now, you've got a little thumb screw, and you do have very slight adjustment. I mean, even on these, there's a slightly grooved out section, so you're not getting any twists. So that just shows the lengths that go into the design of these products, that even the stage stands, where you've got 1.5 inches of stage stand, still has a grooved out section. So yeah, that is the little stage stands. Very neat, very cool. And then obviously you just screw your buzz bars into these, so you don't have to worry about Banksticks at all. So it's always worth having these in your bag, because you never quite know what you're going to come up against if you go into the lakes that you don't know. The amount of times I've been caught out and trying to get Banksticks through wooden swims and through the gaps in the swims, it's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, for the sake of paying out a little bit and just having these, then it is very, very beneficial. Now this that I've got here is actually classed as the 1/2 inch kit, and these come in at £53 for the pair. But again, like with all the other bits, there's so many variations, so you have to check out the Summit Tackle website to see all the different options available. And then the final thing to talk about is going to be these stabilisers. Now you guys all know the purpose of these is obviously to make your Banksticks that little bit more stable. So really useful, especially if you're fishing locked up or something like that on buzz bars. If you're fishing a single stick, then it can really benefit you to have that increased stability. So these come in at $21.99, and you basically, for that money, you get obviously the upright, which is what's going to go into the ground, where you've got full adjustability as well, and then a little thumb screw where you can tighten it down to where you need it to be, and then obviously you've got a thumb screw the other side where your Bankstick will go through that. So these can be used on any of the Banksticks that we've mentioned in the video today. Really simple to use, and like I say, they just give you that increased stability. So buying into this stuff with Summit is not just a case of buying a Bankstick. It can be if you want it to be, or with all the accessories I've shown you, it can really be the start of buying into a full system. So you can really take from it what you want. But hopefully this video has been of use to you. Hopefully it's shown a little bit of the Summit range that you might not have seen before. And like I say, for any more information, then check out the Summit Tackle website. There's going to be probably a link in the description to their website, so you can go straight to it and have a look at all the products. Like I say, this is just a little snippet really of the range that Summit offer. So yeah, definitely head over to the website to check that out. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and find us on all our various social media platforms, and that way you won't miss out on any future uploads. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.